Okay, so hi guys and welcome back to whatever this is. It's not a channel, it is definitely not something that can be even called anything. And I'm sorry about the AC, as I told you before, but it is really hot in here, so you're gonna have to like listen to this noise for a really long time. Today I have quite the mystery for you. Like I don't even know where to start with this one. This is sort of an urban legend that is kind of really, it seems like it's really true because, people have actually found evidence. And this urban legend is the urban legend of staircases in the woods. Now you might wonder what the hell this is. I don't know. I don't think you've heard about it. It's not such a common thing. But apparently, ever since the first rumors and stories started coming out, it turned out to be a thing that apparently was happening to everyone who works either looking for people or just at woods and forests, and it's become this world phenomenon. So without further ado, let's actually get into it because I don't have all the time in the world. If you can see, that's my dog April. Hi, April, say hello. Oh, she doesn't want to say hello. She's shy. So, apparently this began with the stories of a lot of park rangers that go on search and rescue missions into the middle of the woods. So you have park rangers. I mean, the woods are a place where a lot of spooky things happen. Either people go missing, or people are found dead in the woods and they're like scattered in parts, or people have seen UFOs. Like, if anything shady has to happen somewhere, it's gonna happen in the cover of the woods, because obviously it's not as easy to dispose of a body or kidnap someone in the middle of a street in a busy city. Well, it's obviously, I was gonna say it's actually easier than you think, but it's not. It's a lot easier to just cover that in the woods. So obviously, the people who tell us are usually park rangers or people who are in law enforcement and have had to go there to the woods looking for people. According to a lot of hikers, they whenever they go on search and rescue missions to the woods, they find random sets of stairs in the middle of the woods, and it's just like someone cut the staircase of a picture of a video and they pasted it in the middle of the woods. They're just the stairs standing there alone, no visible structures around them, and it's just a set of stairs. Sometimes they're better preserved than others. Some of them look like they're just part of ruins and things that may have crumbled about, and some of them look like they're pristine new white carpeting. It's just insane. Some people really they don't get it because it looks like that someone just like went in there and built them and then left. Like, all they did was just build the stairs, say, okay, this is good enough. I don't want to build the rest of the house. Why do I need the rest of the house? And they just went back and never just finished the job. So they look like they're just in a bubble that protects them from like debris. Like, everything around them is dilapidated or in ruins, and these sets of stairs are just perfectly like there, like nothing has happened to them. No animals have gotten to them, no erosion has gotten to them. They're just brand new, and everything around them is really like torn to shreds. It's crazy. And apparently they have been found in several different conditions, new or little less new, or the materials are made out of brick or wood or iron. They were found in they were made of different materials, but the one thing that bound them together was that all of them are very far away from civilization, between 10 and 40 kilometers, and one of them was even found like even 60 kilometers from civilization, which for you guys in America, that's about 37 miles away from the forest edge. So that's a really long way to make some stairs that lead to absolutely nowhere. Okay, so this is gonna kind of go back in a full circle, because the first story that showed up about these staircases is obviously, and why some people think it may not be as true as other people think it is because it showed up on Reddit, on the subreddit called No Sleep, which is kind of this, you haven't heard of Reddit. It's like a place where, it's like a forum where you post things and people answer, and this is just a part of Reddit where people post things and apparently all disbelief is suspended. Like, you can write something eerie that happened to you and no one's gonna be like, oh, that's impossible that it didn't happen to you. There's like, oh, that's so scary, or maybe they even build upon it. But even like, they're just like personal stories that may have happened to you, and yes, they tend to be fictions, works of fiction by people, not necessarily authors. They're just people who want to write things on the internet. But apparently the thing that made these ones seem a little truer is that actually people came out with some photos, and some people came with real stories, not like they were just building upon these stories, but something that actually happened to them, with real accounts by real park rangers. So the first story that showed up was, I don't have the name here, but it was of a man. It was a ranger who's part of a search and rescue mission, and he works for the, what is it called? The United States National Park. It's a park, it's an unnamed park. He wouldn't really say exactly where it was or what his name was, because apparently they're not even allowed to talk about it. So apparently they found a set of stairs in the woods in pristine condition, and they were very perplexed by this sighting. And when they asked another colleague what it was, the colleague was like, oh, we don't really talk about that. You can't just, all that he was told was that he couldn't go up the stairs, but that was, he was like, he's told, don't go up the stairs and just pretend like you didn't see this, don't ask anyone, don't talk about it, which kind of makes sense, because if you're new at a job and someone tells you, hey, we don't talk about, it's like virtual about Fight Club is we don't talk about Fight Club, it kind of makes sense. I mean, you don't know these people, you don't have enough trust, and you don't want to get fired for asking things you shouldn't, so like, okay, fine, I won't ask. But he goes on to say that, I'm not reading it, I was just like looking for information. He goes on to say that he finds these sets of stairs in every 5th trip that he goes on search and rescue missions. Every 5th trip, he finds a set of stairs in the middle of the woods. So this kind of would go on to suggest that they are related to people going missing. Like the last place that someone was found, that's kind of where they find these sets of stairs. So we'll just, you know, like that we'll just put that for later, but that is creepy AF. Like that is some creepy stuff. After that, a lot of people started giving more accounts that that something happened to them in the stairs. A lot of people started, when they saw that a lot of people like hikers or rangers, just the general public also started saying that they had seen these stairs in the woods, and that almost all of them, like none of them actually went up the stairs, because all they could sense was this like real feeling of dread when they were around the stairs. So they weren't compelled to go up there at all. It was just like, no, I want to get out of here, and they ran as fast as they could. So they don't really know what could have happened in the stairs. They were just like, nope, goodbye, thank you, and they just left. So that is like the one thing that has, like, maybe a set of stairs wouldn't be the creepiest thing in the world. It's kind of eerie and weird, but it wouldn't be a legend or an urban legend or a forest legend or whatever this is, if it wasn't for the people who say that whenever they were around these stairs, they found that it was just weird, and that they found that they were just really scared to be in the vicinity of the stairs, let alone actually climb the stairs. One person, however, actually walked up the stairs, and what he felt when he got up the stairs was just this feeling of oppression, and he couldn't hear anything but silence, like not even his own heartbeat. That is so insane, like how he couldn't hear anything, like nothing at all. It wasn't even, it was worse than silence. And he was actually part of a rescue team, and when he went back down the stairs, his team leader, I think, his team leader was like, hey, where the F were you? And he's like, I just went, like, what? I just went downstairs. I was like, you were missing for hours. You know, he thought that he got out there for a few seconds, and it turns out that he had been missing for hours. So yeah, like, go there, look at that. We'll just also keep that for later on for theories and whatever the hell is going on here. Another person who climbed up the stairs says that they saw things in the trees. I'm sorry, I'm just reading it because there is just like this first-hand account. And they said that someone with a dark, lean face and round black eyes was staring at them from the foliage. And this hiker apparently also quickly got down from the stairs as quickly as possible, and he also reported that he had lost a whole chunk of time while being in the stairs. Like, for him it was seconds, and when he went downstairs he'd been gone for a couple of hours too. Also, that it is rare, but apparently it does happen, that there are not as many pictures of the stairs because people didn't take a photo. Like, sometimes the first time you go there you're like super scared, and then you go back to take a photo and be like, hey, this is really something weird that's going on. The stairs were not there anymore. Like, you see them and you get out of there, you come back a few days, even hours later, and they're not there anymore. They just honestly, they disappear. Goodbye stairs. Dude, that is so weird as well. Like, everything just comes up to a whole bunch of weirdness.